Hey, what's up, faggots? It's midnight right now, so I might not be the best at thinking things through, but I'm gonna attempt to explain the origin of Scila, how it was created, and yeah, that's it pretty much. So I'm just gonna do it one take, and then when I can be bothered, I'll upload a better version. So okay. So once upon a time, me and the mandem from a school that I won't mention, we were walking to PE and we were on about how we can hack into the register pretty much, and we had a register called Sims, and it wasn't just the register; it was everyone's phone number, their medical records, everything. But we didn't know that at the time. We just knew it was the register, and the whole point in getting in the register is so we can cancel after schools, because that was really annoying, right? So we were like, okay, let's do that. So we thought of this like mad plan, and we came up with the name of it, and the name I came up with was Scila for this whole plan to get into the register. And if you're wondering how I came up with that name, Prison Break, on Prison Break season 4, there's this hard drive thingy-majiggy called Scila, spelled Scylla, and I didn't want to rip it off completely, so I just changed the name to Scilla. So that's how I came up with the name Scila. There's no deeper meaning to it, that's it. So we were like, okay, and the original plan was stupid, alright? So we thought the PE teacher always had a USB in their laptop constantly, all the time, and we thought the program, the register, might be on the USB for some reason. And it was really vague and didn't make any sense, but we thought if we could put a program on the USB that runs as soon as it gets into the good teacher's computer, we could put a keylogger on there. I'll explain what that is in a bit. But blah blah blah, that plan didn't work out, obviously, because it was retarded. So I spent a lot of time thinking, an unbelievable amount of time thinking. I wrote a book and everything, keeping on my notes so that this would happen, and I was really determined. And in the end, what I came up with is using a keylogger. Now, a keylogger is, for example, if you ran a keylogger on your computer, it would store every single thing you type. So if you typed mum gay, it would keep that in a file. It will, it will save that. And you could get advanced keyloggers where you could, in my case, put it on someone else's computer, and then it will email what they're typing. So we thought if we use a keylogger on a teacher's computer, it will email us the password to their account in the register. So then we'd have access to the register, right? It was a pretty good idea, right? And that's what we went with in the end. So now we had to pick a teacher's computer to do it to, and it wasn't easy because the rooms were always constantly locked, but there was this one room that was never locked. Literally, like, never. And it was this old lady, this old teacher, and she never locked her room, so we decided that's where we're going to do it, that's where we're going to target it. And by we, I mean there was only me and 2 other people, and none of us are at that school anymore, but me and 2 other people decided to go through with this, and it was only us that knew about it. But then, so we went through with the plan. We went through the old woman's teacher thing classroom, and we stuck a USB which had the keylogger on it that was named Scila. We put it in her computer, and we opened the keylogger, and it was hidden, so you couldn't see it in the taskbar or anything like that, unless you went on the task manager or press the little, I don't know what it's called, but in the taskbar in the bottom right, there's an arrow sometimes called show hidden icons, and you could only view it from in there. So that's it. We left the keylogger going, and boom, it was easy. We got the password like within a week, but I kept it to myself, so I got the password, and I was like, holy beans, I have the password to the register. So I had everyone's phone number, everyone's names, their parents' names, their medical records, so much stuff that I didn't even know that was on there, I had. And I was like, oh my god, I gotta keep this quiet, otherwise I'm gonna get caught out. So pretty much from then on, I didn't have to go to any more like detentions or anything, because I could cancel them on the schedule. And that was cool, and still I started running my mouth to people about how I got this. So people started to know about it, my mates and that. And then one of the people from the beginning who was in on it with me turned on me with his mate and said that if I don't give him the USB which had all the information on it, he'd snitch. But I didn't care, so I didn't give him the USB anyway because he had no proof. So, yeah. So I got into the register, pretty much, and I had like so much power, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And then, before I know it, the teacher, the old woman that we robbed our account to, she was in control of Activities Week, right? So, all of a sudden Activities Week is cancelled for that year, and we're like, why? And they go, because all of our files got overran by some other program. So what happened pretty much is I left the keylogger on, I never turned the keylogger off, so it stored all for like half a year, literally. It was storing constant like text files and filling it up with more and more like text of what she was typing. Everything she typed, it saved, and it ended up overrunning all of our other data, including the other Activities Week logs. So yeah, so Activities Week got cancelled for literally the whole school that year because of me and a couple of mates wanted to leave it detention pretty much. And the school ended up finding the program. They found the program and they were like, wow, we need to update our firewall, our security, because clearly this is no good. People are doing this sort of stuff and doing this much damage. We need to update it. So the school upgraded their firewall and it took the internet down for 2 weeks. The internet down was down for 2 weeks just because me and my mate wanted to get out of detention pretty much. But that's the crazy thing, like, we didn't think this would happen. We thought we'd just like, yeah, blah blah blah, this will be funny, this will be pretty cool, just to get into like the register and stuff. But yeah, in the end it got way too out of hand, and then all this crazy stuff started happening. People like OME Gangster started messaging the head of year telling him to join Scila and saying all this other stuff as well. And pretty much Scila got really well known around the school. People are still writing it even though no one from Scila is even going there anymore. Yeah, so Scila got really well known. The teachers started hearing about it, and it was pretty cringy, to be honest. Like, the teacher called me into his office, called actually I can't even remember his name, Mr. something. He called me into his office and he goes, "So Baron, the leader of Scila." And I'm just like, shut. Because it was just gay. It was just like a random idea. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. It's not very interesting, but that's how Scila came into a thing. And then we started doing other things like it, other plans where we overthink everything. And then eventually we went on to more serious things that were outside of school, and that's kind of what developed into Scila in the end. I'm really tired right now, so my explanation was probably not very good, but in the future I'll make a better video explaining it in more detail, and hurry up and actually, like maybe write a script for it, and some of the other things that we ended up doing. But yeah, that's pretty much what Scila turned out to be in the end. Like, I mean, that's how it started off. But yeah, I don't know how I made this. But yeah, have fun, bye.